What hidden truth made you regret hating your parent for years? When I was 13, my mom started dating this guy, Rick. He moved in after 6 months and I immediately started a war against him. He was always home doing nothing while my mom worked 2 jobs to pay for everything. I thought he was a total loser using her. I'd slam doors when he tried talking to me, made jokes about him to my friends, told my mom she was an idiot for dating him. Rick would offer to help with homework and I'd tell him to mind his own business. My mom kept defending him, which made me hate both of them. We screamed at each other about Rick every single week. I saw him counting crumpled dollar bills at the kitchen table once. When he spotted me watching, he frantically shoved them in his pocket. His phone would ring every month and he'd panic, rush outside to answer it. I started tracking these calls. My friends' parents had real jobs and nice cars. Rick drove a beat-up truck that embarrassed me when he picked me up from school. When I turned 16, Rick offered to teach me stick shift. I told him I'd rather walk everywhere for the rest of my life. For graduation, my mom wanted Rick there. I threatened to skip the ceremony if he showed up. Rick tried giving me $50 for my birthday. I ripped it up and threw the pieces at his feet. I got a job at 17 just so I could throw my paychecks in Rick's face. Told him this is what contributing looks like. During college applications, Rick asked if I needed help. I told him the last thing I wanted was advice from a failure. My mom and I had screaming matches about Rick every time I came home. She'd cry and beg me to give him a chance. The day I left for college, Rick tried shaking my hand goodbye. I shoved past him and told him not to touch me. Freshman year, I'd hang up on Rick whenever he answered my mom's phone. Eventually, he stopped trying to talk to me completely. I came home for spring break and found Rick fixing our broken dishwasher. I told my mom she should divorce him and hire a real repair guy. Rick was standing right there when I said it. His face crumpled, but he just kept working silently. Sophomore year, my mom said Rick was working more hours. I accused him of probably gambling our money away somewhere. Junior year, Rick looked sick and skinny when I came home. I told my mom he was probably on drugs. I brought my girlfriend home once. She said Rick seemed sweet. I told her she was wrong and dragged her out of the house. During Christmas dinner, Rick tried asking about my classes. I told him to stop pretending he cared about my education. My mom cornered me later, demanding to know why I tortured Rick. I said because someone had to protect her from him. Senior year, I refused to come home unless Rick left the house first. My mom had to send him away every time I visited. After graduation, I moved across the country specifically to get away from Rick. 3 years passed with me avoiding every family event where Rick would be present. Last Christmas, my mom begged me to stay longer, said Rick was sick and needed to tell me something important. I packed my bags and left that night. 2 months ago, my mom called sobbing, said Rick was in the hospital dying. I told her I didn't care and hung up. A week later, she called back hysterical, said she found something horrible and I needed to come home immediately or she'd never forgive me. I drove home expecting to find out Rick had been stealing from her or cheating. Rick was upstairs unconscious. She said the doctors gave him weeks to live. He was begging someone for more time to pay money back on the phone. He broke down completely and confessed everything through tears. For 8 years, Rick had been secretly paying my biological father thousands of dollars every month. My dad had threatened to take me away from my mom when I was 13. Rick gave him everything he earned from those odd jobs to keep my family together. He bankrupted himself to protect me. My mom never knew. She died last week thinking Rick was just lazy.